You know who lives halfway across the continent, but he's yet somehow here? Jeff!
And Rand.
Hey! Hi, buddy.
Hey, man.
Good to have you again. First of all, we need to choose the ending of the show. Go ahead and pick one of these.
Ooh, let's see. I think I'm going to go with this one.
The guest is so funny. Go ahead and read it back.
Randall suddenly finds the guest so funny, he has a hard time controlling himself.
So at some point we'll organically come to that ending. We'll put those over there. So, hey, buddy. You live in Vancouver, Washington.
Correct.
I live in Lenexa, Kansas. Here in Lenexa, we experience all 4 seasons. Up there is pretty mild. If you had to, if those were the only 2 choices, would you rather live in a place that's too warm or a place that's too cold generally?
I guess we have to define the baseline. When we say too warm, like just a tad warmer, or like talking like...
I would say not that cold winters, but very, very hot summers. Or not so warm summers, but extremely cold winters.
I think I would go for the warmer option.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd go for the colder option, but let's talk about yours first.
Alright. So obviously when the sun's out, it's warmer, there's just more to do, outdoor activities. Seems like to be more active.
True. True. I think that, my argument for the cold is that it's easier to warm up than it is to cool down. And I'm thinking like even in the summer when it's kind of warm but not very warm, you can still do outdoor stuff. In fact, in some ways it's more fun if it's a little sloppy outside and, you know, in my personal opinion. I know my wife would disagree. My wife hates the cold, and she'll watch this episode at some point probably, and she will say, nope, definitely would not do that.
And see, that might factor my decision as well. And my wife, who may or may not watch this episode.
Probably not, but hey, Rachel.
Hey. She would definitely choose the warmer over the colder, because she, like your wife, hates the cold and feels she's cold all the time. So
it's 3 against 1.
3 against 1. You're the one cold guy.
Which means I'm probably the weird one. But hey, why don't you comment below and let us know which one you would choose. Because I think, like, living in Kansas, one of the things that I like is that you get to experience all 4 seasons. Like, the winter gets cold, like it snows, and in the summer it gets very warm.
I do like the change of seasons. Currently I live in Vancouver, Washington, but I've lived in Idaho, I lived in Cleveland, Ohio, I've lived in Southern California, Washington, D.C., so I've been to some different areas.
Texas.
Mm. So I think when I lived in California, it was about 70 degrees all the time. It wasn't a too warm, too cold situation. There was always something to do.
Yeah.
And when I have lived through some bitter winters, and those are just a pain.
They can be. But again, I still think that when it's too hot out, and you know, not to be crass or anything, but when it's too hot and you've only cooled it down, I mean, you can only get so naked before you're just like, I give up. I'm just going to lay here and sweat. But when it's cold, you can put more layers on, you know, you can warm yourself up, cuddle up next to somebody you love. Oh, I thought you were going to have a moment there. We don't have to.
Rejected.
So, I don't know, I might be in the minority in this one, but I just...
Well, you are in the minority in this one. So, I don't know, I mean, bottom line is, I think if it's too cold, most of the time you'll stay in your house more often than even if it's too hot.
Oh, that was so funny, I got to the... Say it again. Do it.
So if it's, bottom line is, even if it's too hot, you'll be outside more than if it's cold, because you'll be inside most of the time.
Oh man, that's good. Oh man. Here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Comment below again. Would you prefer too warm or too hot climate?
How about too warm or too cold?
What did I say?
Too warm or too hot?
Oh, again, you slay me. Have a good one, everybody.
Hope to see you again, Randy.
Hope to see you again too, buddy.